It's Spuds. Good to go.
Just start it on that. I swear to God. I'm on the edge of 17. The edge of 17. Woo!
Woo!
Right, Reese, you're not starting this one.
Who has watched this film out of us?
I think we've all watched
I'll
it.
start this one.
Wait, no,
because-
no, seen it before.
Yeah,
No.
who
I
has seen
know.
it before you?
Just you.
I'll
I've
start
seen
this
it
one
before.
because I think for the first time, I did like it.
You didn't like it?
Ooh, what?
Did not care for it.
Damn.
Wasn't very funny. Also wasn't very sad. Was kind of just a bit
Full on hating. Reese is like,
That's fine. People have different opinions, you know.
true.
This is Reese's last session with us.
Reese
So,
immediately.
so Will, you've watched it before. You've enjoyed it. Is that what
No.
you were saying? Oh, okay. I thought you said this time I didn't like it.
No, I just said I think no. It's for the first time of this like series out of all the films. Didn't like it.
Just didn't like it.
Didn't
Will.
like it. Yeah, I think I've liked every single film up until this.
You liked the holiday, yeah?
You liked the holiday more than you liked
Holidays
the
and
World.
more.
Oh, but for this, Will's going to be all the way at the
No,
bottom. This
no,
rank it's
man.
going to be.
Wow, we know where Will's gonna be. Yeah, fair. Fair enough.
I think yeah.
Want to go into specifics of what you didn't like? Or?
Yeah, what was it you wanted to?
I know it's the point, but what's her name? Nadine. She just wasn't very likable, and I know it's the point, but
Oh,
I
She's
think
almost too
also
hateable.
yeah, she's too hateable as a main protagonist. Like she doesn't have anything redeeming about her.
Wow.
Even at the end when she kind of like apart from that tiny bit at the end when she rocks up to the film festival, and then it's kind of like, oh look, she's starting to be normal now. You know
Normal.
how she can have a normal
Yeah.
social interaction. Yeah, and then just kind of, I know we talked about it last night when we watched it, but I was just like, she was kind of just hating on her brother for very little reason. I know
mean,
there's this kind of girl thing where
get
you
it.
don't date someone's brother.
You don't date their brother, but if she's that happy,
Yeah,
you don't like.
I disagree. I do disagree.
and
But-
like
Okay.
and like
This is the first fight on Lauren Hates Films. Let's go.
It's gonna end
Scrap.
with
Me and
me
Lauren are
going,
gonna leave.
Come up
Yeah,
there.
we're going to leave.
I'm gonna come up there. No, I don't know.
Where would you give it? How were you thinking? Are you thinking?
Is it like,
I enjoyed it less than The Holiday.
Is that it? I mean, did you,
Did you
also
watch
not
the
enjoy
same
it?
film?
Yeah.
That's fair. It's fair. It's your
Feeling.
opinion.
I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, and a lot of the time, I kept saying I hate her.
But you are supposed to, but she just
I guess
doesn't
you're
have any
supposed to
kind
hate
of.
her, but she just, yeah, it was like she was mad at her friend. Fair enough, but then she fully like tried to like ruin her friend's vibe, which was not cool. And
She
then
tries to ruin her friend's vibe. That's the tagline.
she tried to ruin his vibes. And then, but it wasn't even that. It was the bit where she was like being really dicky with the guy. What was the guy
Owen.
called?
Owen.
Who I wrote down. I've known Owen an hour and a half, and if anything happens to him,
I will kill everything. Oh, I love
I
it.
love Owen, and also like, why couldn't she just be nice to him? I don't know. She was being
Yeah.
nice.
At the end, there is growth because she is nice to him. Do you know what I mean? There is.
It only happens at the very
But
end.
she didn't have to be a dick all the way through.
I don't think she was a dick all the way through. I think she's one of. I do think she's a very likable character. I do disagree with.
I did feel
Yeah.
for her a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
so
she was like she wasn't nice to like
It's-
everyone, but some
Yeah.
of it I could see was warranted to a degree, and some of it, like I get, it was just like her defense mechanisms and like
Yeah.
Yeah.
what she's kind of. And some of it was her just being like 17, I think, in the world against her a bit as well.
Exactly.
You know, like
Exactly.
she was presumptuous and stuff.
I genuinely think the
I did
the
enjoy it.
film about like 3/4 of the way through does a 180 where I think our perception of everyone else around her changes as well as hers, where not everyone's
Oh,
as much as a dick as she thinks they are. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like when her perception of her brother changes, we find out our perception of him changes where he, says like he talks his mum off a ledge all the time.
Yeah.
Like at the start of the film, the relationship between the mum and the son, Darian, who I know someone from work called Darian. I've never heard that name outside of work. It's weird. But
Shout out to Darian from work.
shout out
We
to
love
for that,
Darian.
you did. But yeah, like that relationship is so weird at the start, where like it is like Nadine's in the room where she was like, "Oh, you're my favorite." Like,
Yeah.
how did I raise
You're
someone
right, yeah.
You're like epitome of
Yeah.
toxic boy mums. on
Yeah, and
TikTok.
it's just really weird. But then I think it changes when I think when her mum is trying to text her, when she's like in the theater and she's saying like, "I'll be home soon." Like,
Oh,
I'm saying.
yeah.
It's in the last 10 minutes of the film.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
just
That-
but
boy.
change, like no one, but like the mum struggles with it, and people have struggles, and some people do make mistakes of how they talk to people. Do you know what I mean? And then
I think that's my one gripe with the film is that I needed 5 more minutes at the end of the film where
Yeah.
things are resolved a little bit more. I wanted to see her go back to her friend, not like, oh, we'll call, but them actually like I would have
But
loved to
I-
see
I
like
think
a
that
final
real cool
scene.
moment is enough. I do.
Yeah,
think
but like
it-
a final scene where they don't even talk, but it's just her and Erwin and him and like the brother and the girlfriend. Like you just have a shot of them on a double date,
Yeah, like
and you're
hanging
just
out or
like,
something.
and you're like, okay, I know now that she's got together with him, they're happy, she's now happy with her brother and her old best friend. Like I just needed that one shot to just prove that things have moved on and
Yeah.
she's not just going to revert back to the problems she's had before. That's my
Definitely.
one gripe. I needed like
On the-
5 more minutes.
Personally,
That's
on the-
interesting. I did honestly think the same thing. I did have the same thing. I really enjoyed the film,
Mhm.
and I think it wrapped up like good, and I was
Mhm.
happy. But I felt that it felt like it ran out of time just
Yeah.
by
A
like
little bit.
literally like 5 minutes. Just something was a little bit like
Mhm.
okay, and she's happy and happy and happy, and it's done. And I was a bit like, all right. Like
And
I
love-
really enjoyed the film. I had a great time with the film, but I feel like it just needed a little. I know Reese is going to explode,
No, no.
but, but
I just want to let you. finish,
I
man.
weirdly I thought the same thing. So that's interesting.
I like the ending because I think it parallels so much with the party scene. Like the 5 minutes of her friend sleeping with her brother, which I don't think that's on whatsoever. No matter if she's happy or not. Like I think
Yeah.
everyone around her, including her and a friend, knows she's the only friend Nadine's really got. And
Yeah.
then her brother is kind of taking her away from her. Do you know what I mean? Like it's the one thing she has that she loves since she was a little girl. And then her brother's come in and is like, oh yeah, we're sharing her now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it was that was always like I was like, this is stupid. I don't like this. But the party scene as well, where she, the friend, what's her friend's name?
Krista?
Krista. Where the friend of Krista just leaves her. Do you know what I mean? Like straight away.
Oh.
And there's that
Yeah,
plot of like Krista going away, her going to come, and then some people go in front, and she's kind of like, oh, okay, I'll just leave. That parallels with the ending where Erwin, she does start to
Yep.
move away, and Erwin grabs her in. Is like, hey, this is Nadine. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean? It's just
Oh, that's true.
I
this
did
is
I
like-
did like
That is a
that.
nice point.
yeah.
I like the idea that actually, I suppose in a way it's like if she'd have needed to like have the scene of like hanging out with everyone, maybe it could have been like that she's back to square one a bit. But the fact
Yeah.
was she was like, yeah, I want you in my life, but also I've actually got this other thing cracking off now, which is
Yeah.
nice and good for me,
Mhm.
and I'm happy for you doing your thing now, which is it's just a nice thought. I feel like
That's-
it's still
that's why I'm
needed something,
happy.
but
That's why I don't need any more, because like that conversation with her and Krista of let's talk, and
Mm.
that's because that is a relationship being repaired, but also acknowledging like we both have other stuff now. Do you know what I mean? Like we can't
yeah.
last forever. We can still be friends and it can still be a good time, but we have other people to go do. We have go do.
Yeah.
do. We
Yeah,
have other people to
yeah,
go
yeah,
see,
yeah.
We have other groups to join. We have other stuff to do, and I think it's
Yeah.
just a growing moment where you can't just rely on one person forever.
Because like
Yeah.
their relationship was always going to like on the rocks. Like, forgot if it wasn't her brother, I suppose it would have been someone, right? And it would have
Might
been
be
sorry.
someone else,
Still
yeah.
eat my jacket spuds.
Just-
Jacket spuds. Jacket,
Theatre.
Check it,
jacket
too.
theatre.
We
I
haven't
don't even
talked about,
fucking know what I was saying. It's fine. I'm
we
just gonna
haven't
eat some
talked about the
more.
best thing in this movie. Is a man named Woody Harrelson.
Woody
Oh, he's
Harrelson.
part of the film.
He's so good.
He's damn good.
He's part of the film for sure.
Yeah,
Oh.
I love him in this one.
Him with his little baby at the end, and he's just the
baby.
same as he is with the kids as he is with the baby. Love it.
Yeah, I put
mean, I
down
just-
Woody Harrelson's character is the exact opposite of Paul Rudd from Perks of Being a Wallflower, but then no, he's not because that's how he just shares,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He's,
intimacy or friendship with. Oh, it's just so good.
He
So good.
reminded me
Like-
so much of my old English teacher that I used to have. Like I was watching it and I was like, this is because like my old English teacher had the same amount of like, I give no shits. If you give something, I'm gonna give it straight back to you as it is. Like the kind of like back and forth that Harrelson has with Nadine, he would also do that kind of thing with people, and I was like, I love him. It's so cute.
I think I like I don't know why I disliked her so because I spent the whole of the first bit being like, yeah, she's so right. Like Crystal was so wrong for doing that. But I think I know she's meant to be like a teenager and like I am grown now. I know how to respond to things. But I'm like, no, she like reacted so wrong.
I think the main part of me when the main bits where she's so unlikable is when she's with Erwin. Like Erwin is the nicest person in the entire film, is constantly not even like tries to get her attention, tries to be friends with her, tries to be even more.
Yeah.
And she's constantly thinking about the douchey guy
Yeah.
that she's never
Yeah.
spoken to. Like Erwin's there. Erwin is like giving her the
But
things that
isn't
she
that
needs.
the mistake of youth. Do you know what
I
mean?
know, like that you've seen those people that like choose the wrong person when the right
Yeah.
person's next to them. But I think that's where she comes across as most unlikable because you're like, just choose him, just be with him
yeah.
because
reminds
he
me
loves
that-
you.
The time like when she was like in the pool and so and she was directly just rude to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
But he
just
gets it back for that, doesn't he? Like he,
Yeah.
He puts a song
calls
on,
it
yeah.
out. And that would have
Uh,
that made me.
I do want to say on that point, Do You Want to Have Sex With Me was a spiritual awakening for young Reese, where I have had a crush on her since then.
Young Reese, don't you mean when you were about 40?
So you're blinded.
45.
Yeah.
Blinded by the love for Haley Steinfeld, 100%.
Oh,
I
I
love
think-
Haley Steinfeld. Anyone pick up on the Always Sunny mention?
I have that in all
I took a
caps.
photo.
All caps, always sunny.
I just have a note going, Always Sunny mentioned.
I literally, where is it? I literally took the photo, and the little bald guy from It's Always Sunny with the timestamp and everything.
To me, in my head, when they were in that scene outside the party and she's talking about, it's like, oh, you know, the film with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the little guy from.
Yeah.
I just went, he's not in Batman and Robin. I was like so hung up. I was like, why are they talking about Batman and Robin? He's not in it. And I was like, oh,
Oh, twins.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took the most notes for this film, by the way. I've only
I have
one
a
note.
fair
I
few.
took 0. As you.
One of them was she calls him a very kind, gentle old man at the theme park.
Oh.
Is that how you guys describe me?
like you just are an old man.
My
Just an old
I
man.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
Kind just are very kind, gentle old man. You
Yeah.
just are.
oh very kind. You're just an old man.
Okay, that's fair. Don't know what else to say. Yeah.
But I was watching the film and then Jake was on his PC kind of half paying attention and she said that in the way that she did and Jake just turns to me and goes, she's autistic and then goes back to playing on the PC and I'm like, I think she might
Probably.
be. It's just
Yeah.
those little things where she says it as it being completely normal and not realizing like that's an odd thing to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does. She does say that a lot.
But also
It's like
don't-
it's like the imagine mum's like titties in the dentist.
Yeah,
laugh.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like
was it the bit where she says that to him and then she goes to the teacher and she's like, I like old people.
I hated that scene.
It's really weird.
I hated that scene. She's just like she's going around just having this big rant. It's like I like old things. I like
Oh, and
old
not like
people.
other
Oh, yeah.
girls.
Yeah, that did feel a
Not
bit.
like other girls. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
threw up in my mouth a little bit.
But I love that scene because Woody Harrelson's just there, just eating his fucking thing while
Yeah.
she's insulting his career.
He's
as well.
yeah.
I think
Like-
that's the thing for me. It's like I feel like it shows that sort of teenage mindset because it's like someone comes up against it every time. I didn't mind it, so it's like it would have done my head in if that was the message of the film. It's like no one gets me, and I'm like an old soul, and
And
you
he's
know what I
like,
mean?
he's
Like,
like,
if it-
yeah,
if that was
maybe,
it,
mate.
then
He's
he
like,
was
yeah,
yeah,
no,
you are.
yeah,
maybe
no one
people
likes
don't
you.
like you, yeah.
Yeah, and she's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I
fuck
appreciate
you.
What else?
I guess I feel like I enjoyed like all the cast were just great. Like I feel like sometimes in these sort of films when you get like the side characters or the brother or the sister,
I
the
hate Nick, the
friend,
burning
they're
castle.
shit. But
You hate
Who?
it?
Nick,
The
the
Which one was Nick?
guy from Pet Mom.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a wanker, but
Yeah, he's
we
not.
knew
very
he was a wanker from his photo when he's like.
He's like just general, just headshots. He's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Who's
got
taking
headshots.
these photos?
You work in PetSmart, my guy.
yeah.
You went to jail. Like that was a thing that was just glossed over. She was like,
yeah.
oh, he got so hot in
Why he got
juvie.
hot in juvie?
You're like, no.
I did really appreciate it. Like, I thought the
teenagers,
humor
yeah.
and I thought the tone of the humor in this was great. I liked that it didn't feel like it felt like it was kind of written by people who have actually been 17-year-olds. You know, when you watch these films and they're like the humor and the way that they talk sounds like
Yeah.
they're 45 and they would never swear and they would never say anything awful.
Yeah.
I liked that it felt like it was like written with someone who had actually had that
I
experience.
think it is such a pro for this film along those lines where it's like before I watched it I was like it's a coming of age movie for a girl, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm not gonna relate to this, but like there's so much
I,
relatable shit.
oh,
Yeah.
I feel like the thing is, it felt so 2016.
A little, yeah,
Punching
some
me in-
bits.
Was it made? I think it was made in 2016.
Yeah, yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like I don't have like a thing for that yet. I mean, like I could say like 80s, 90s, but not 2016. That's not far away enough.
Yeah, but you lived
How
through
do you
it,
mean?
Summer.
But the
I
thing is,
did.
how old were you guys in 2016?
Oh,
I think.
Reese was
Yeah.
45.
Yeah.
I was what, like 13?
4.
No, I was 15.
Yeah.
14 in 2016.
I was maybe 13.
We were 15.
Yeah, I lived in 13.
13, 14.
That's horrible. But it's making me think of that era, and I just put it in a fire.
It doesn't seem
Well,
too
I
far
don't know,
away
to be
for
honest,
me
it's
yet,
like-
but it seemed like different.
2016 was just the 1975 for me. So when somebody else came on in the pool, I was like, this is my film.
Oh,
You know
you're
what I mean?
just.
This was my film.
This is made
It's
for
exact
me.
same time. It's got my wife in it. It's got a Woody House in it. It's got a 1975 in it.
So, like, especially the way she dressed.
Yeah, with the jacket and the Converse and the
Yeah.
band. Yeah.
Is that out of fashion? Like, what's wrong with me? I was just like, I was like,
Oh my
this
gosh,
could be
she's
made now.
so
I really
cool.
didn't mind it, to be honest.
I
But
didn't-
I
I
think
didn't
even
notice-
he
I
mentioned
didn't
it
notice
was
that,
like
to be
your clothes are like just completely wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she did.
Mm.
She tried to dress like a Tumblr, like hipster girl.
Yeah. No.
Do you know who's the worst person in this entire film? And I don't care that she got a semi-redemption. Is the mum.
Yeah.
Madeline Wunsch is claiming her spot on the most
Back at it
hated
again,
person.
Madeline Wunsch.
I
The
found out
th- the
Madeline Wunsch is married to Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
Been
That's
since 1988.
Kevin Bacon.
It's like
Yeah, Kevin, like actual Kevin Bacon. I did find that out.
They've
a
been
while
married
ago.
for so long.
carry on with what you're saying. I just had my mind blown. Yeah.
Just the things like when she got in like the car, even like the first bits when she got in the car from the party and she's had a shit time, and then the mum just like dumps all of her stuff on her on like a
Yeah, yeah.
17-year-old, and you're like no.
Yeah.
And then all of the things she was saying in her office where you're like her dad was her like idol, and she's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
your dad
that
would have
was-
hated how you turned out, and you're like absolutely the fuck not.
And then the fact that
Leave
she
her alone.
puts all of her stress and all of her worries and all of the fact that she's like looking after this teenager on her also teenage son.
Yeah. Like they are taking care of her. She has not been taking care of them since they were like 12.
Yeah.
insane.
True, true,
She's
true. But
awful.
the scene when she messaged her, I honestly, that was one I was not expecting. I don't know where that came from, but that scene got me. That got me right here.
That's
Like
why I say the 180.
fast.
You wouldn't see that
Yeah.
at the beginning of the film. You would see that when she picks her up and just starts complaining about her day.
Mm.
Like she was literally like, "How are you?" Anyway, my day was like.
Anyway,
terrible.
my day, my problems, my
yeah.
this, my that. And
I
then
think it's like
the
it must just be
Yeah.
really hard for her to get to that point that like the viewer wants to get to, but for her, that's like the little stepping stone. It's
Yeah.
like they're just
Mm.
okay.
But
Like
I think Nadine's story is like, I am the worst person in the world is ending, and then it's like, oh no, it's not. It's just
yeah, it's actually okay.
Carry on.
Some serious shit has happened to her, but it's like everything else isn't all against you as well,
yeah.
and some of the decisions you're making
Speaking
bad.
of Nick, I did have my. Do you know Pam from Gavin and Stacey? She's like, it's all the drama, Mick. I just love it. It's when she's
Yeah.
texting him. Where is it like, I want to give you head. I want
Yeah.
to
Oh yeah.
in my mouth. I want it. We could do it in Petland.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I love this. And then she sends up like it's so predictable that like, oh, obviously
Yeah,
he's gonna
yeah.
end up sending a message, but it's just so good
But-
when it happens. And her breakdown is like, it's just funny. Yeah,
Was it?
yeah. I thought it was funny.
You know,
Did you
What?
not?
Her
Not-
breakdown after she sent the text or after?
No, it's after. Yeah, her breakdown after she sent the text, and then she goes to Woody Harrelson, and she gets him to read it. Like,
yeah, oh
imagine
Oh,
getting
yeah,
him to
not
read
the
it.
breakdown after everything in the car happened.
No,
That's
no.
awful.
I thought you
no,
meant.
not that
Oh
one.
No, no,
God.
Not that bit. Not that bit. That bit's real sad, and that's the kind of
But I don't
That
like
bit's
it.
awful.
thematic
Yeah.
ending to it. Yeah, it's not great. But yeah, Nick's a dick, 100%. Yeah,
Nick's a dick.
Yeah, Nick the Dick.
Nick the dick.
I also love how the film was sponsored by Microsoft.
Microsoft. Oh, the phones.
Windows.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Windows
Yeah.
phones. I had a Windows phone, and when I was a kid, and I was like, I'm having flashbacks. These never work. Why are they being used?
Yeah.
Get over it.
I was thinking, I was like, there's no way that that's definitely the phone she's using. Like, come on,
Yeah.
really? Like,
Speaking of
look at
sponsors,
it.
isn't this like the longest film that does the intros until it gets to the actual film? Like that felt like 2 minutes of just like.
I actually
Oh,
skipped it. I forgot. I
Yeah.
never normally do that, but I was actually like, no, come on, this is taking it.
Yeah, it's
You
like
know
was
the
it the
Family
family?
Guy sketch?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
mention
yeah,
that,
yeah. It's like,
It's like, oh, we
It just
started
goes
in a
on and on,
oh,
wait.
no, listen to it, yeah.
like, this is definitely the start of the. No, wait.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was so long.
The start.
It was very long. But yeah, some people are high on it. Did we go through all our general thoughts on this film? We liked it, disliked it.
Anyone?
No,
One of my other notes was very early in the film, when she pushed the kid over and then went, "You've got AIDS," and I was like, "Okay,
It's this
why?"
kind of movie.
Yeah.
Kind of
Got
played
AIDS. It's Danny
Tom
DeVito.
early
Yeah.
2000s,
It is,
so
though.
Yeah,
the
Accurate.
crucible that
Yeah.
we're all formed in.
Yeah. What we all went through.
you've got AIDS.
You got AIDS. I was gonna say something else, but I can't remember.
I feel like I was good.
I wrote down a note. Erwin moves his neck like 89 Batman and then tries to kiss her like a serial killer. Because he was like, and he like, just moves into kiss her. That wasn't what I was thinking of, but there you go.
He's a lovely, sweet guy, old Erwin.
He is,
I
no,
want the drawing of the
no,
penis
he's played by
hands.
like a 49-year-old man.
No, he's not.
Erwin's actor in real life is like in his 40s. now.
That's not true.
He is.
What? What?
Someone's.
The
When was
actor's
this
in his
man
40s.
born? Someone
No, no,
Google it.
Hold on, hold on.
No.
I'm gonna. I'm on the edge of.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
song
think
was
they
never
guys-
in it. That's what annoyed me. The song was never
Yeah.
in it. Put the song
He
in
is
it.
39 years of age.
Ooh.
So not exactly his
I'm not
40s.
going to believe this. I've seen it with my own eyes.
How old
Well-
was that in 2016? 11,
29,
28.
28, 29.
Why don't they just get teenagers to play
I think-
teenagers?
I'm not gonna
I
lie,
mean, he looks
around
like a
the same
teenager.
age. My
How-
brother's
I did
32,
not doubt
so he's about
at all that
21.
he
That's
wasn't
the
like.
How old was Haley Steinfeld in the movie?
Same.
Bro has aged like fucking wine. What the fuck?
Like-
Is this the brother?
Well, she's 10 years younger than him, 11 years younger than him. So.
Seto, who played Erwin.
That is the same age.
He is not aged since he hit 16.
That's why he can play a 16-year-old.
Haley is 28 now, so she would have been 17, 18.
Oh, can I
Ugh.
make a comment? When they got in the pool, Will just went, "Damn, he's built."
It's built.
Focusing on the right things.
Oh no, he's hot.
Interesting fact, he was born on 9/11.
He should have been weed.
Thummer.
Feel
He
insecure.
wasn't. But he wasn't born on 9/11
No, okay,
if he's
not
39 years
actually
old.
Sorry.
Coincidence? I think
What?
not.
I'm just saying. No, yeah, he was born in 1985, but it's the same date. Never mind.
Right, that is
I'm not
16
bumming out.
years before 2001. What's the edge of 17? 16.
17.
Wait, what?
No, the edge of
The
17. is
edge
16.
as you're about to go to 17.
As you're about to go in.
Yes.
So imagine 17 is a cliff. You jump off the cliff to 17. The cliff is 16.
That's a
16 years before 9/11, he's involved. That's all I'm saying.
Crazy, crazy.
We are
crazy.
not starting a
Disclaimer, we
conspiracy
don't really
theory.
believe that he's
We don't
involved
believe there's
in
no
the-
Many
Does he
times.
like
Lauren put a massive speech here saying
Someone will believe that.
Owen was not
Oh,
involved in
well.
9/11.
No, not at all.
We've gone from if anyone hurts this Erwin guy, I'm going to kill him, to he did 9/11.
Straight up.
I don't know how.
It's all on
That's
him.
what they want you to believe. You know
Okay.
what I mean? They want you to believe he's likable.
He's the exact same height as me.
What else can we find out about Erwin?
What's his name?
Hayden Seto.
Hayden Seto.
So.
Don't get someone to read it.
Yeah, no, I want
Hey,
you.
Oh, hey, maybe I can't read
Good,
English, but I can read other
good,
languages.
when you win.
He was Korean in the
He was
movie.
in The Good Place?
Yeah.
I thought he was
I look, yeah. What? But what was he one of?
on his.
Ken?
Don't,
Speaking of,
don't. I know.
Go on.
I thought you were gonna
Oh,
make
I
a
know
fucking
what you're
Emily
saying.
Blunt joke.
No.
No,
Oh,
he's
damn
not.
it.
He's not. I think I
Nick.
know what you're going to say.
Tommy might know this. Nick is the guy in Gen V that gets his penis blown off. So,
That's
yeah,
not what Tom was thinking.
Same character.
Not what I was thinking.
No,
What were you
Hang on.
thinking?
Hang on, who was Nick? Was that the brother?
No,
No,
the
Nick
douche
was
that
the dick.
gets
Nick's
in
the
the car.
dick. You
Oh,
named him.
No.
Yeah, because I looked him up and I was like, where do I know him from? It was The Good Place. Not The Good Place. It was.
Gen V. Bye, Tommy.
Bye bye.
I'm done, y'all. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just like a wild wind. Is that why you guys were singing it last session? I had no
You
idea
were
this was
singing it.
singing
You
with
were
me.
singing it.
I know. I just
Reese-
Restarted it, and then it got in your head. Did you not make that link that it's the same
No.
song?
until you were singing it now, and I was like, oh yeah.
Edge of 70.
Yeah,
Right,
Stevie
does
Nicks.
anyone
Fantastic song. Didn't click.
have any more notes on the edge of 17?
I feel like I did. I didn't write it down, but I feel like I did.
Will, I know you don't you worry, pal.
No, he's got loads of notes. It's just full of hate.
Is there anything else you want to say, Will?
I hated her left fingernail in that one scene. I hated.
Shut up. So no, just didn't find it very funny. There you go. Someone brought it up earlier that it's like I got a couple chuckles out of me from
Yeah.
very obvious gags, but just wasn't my kind of humor.
Fair.
But which is fair enough. Humor is subjective.
Yeah.
So
My only other criticism is it was just very predictable.
Some bits, yeah.
Like the whole thing, I was
Yeah,
like, oh, her dad's gonna die. Oh,
Yeah.
she's gonna like fuck this data. Oh, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen, and then just the whole everything was predictable. Like I just.
I feel like that didn't really bother me because I feel like I was like, okay, yeah, this is probably where this is going. But I don't know if part of it for me was like, you're watching like a 17-year-old mother shows, and you've been like at that point, you kind of go, yeah, this isn't what you think it is because I remember being there like that, and
Yeah.
then so it follows the predictable path. But I didn't mind that because it's like that's kind of how it goes, and then you're watching that as an adult seeing it.
I
don't know.
have also
It bugs me when it's like a thriller, but for that I didn't really mind that.
I have also crashed out at 11 p.m. on my own going, I love you. I've always loved you.
I've always loved
You've
you.
always been hot.
Please love me.
Please love me. And that was just last week. You know what I mean? That was just
And
happened.
you're 77 now, so it's
Edge of
Wow.
edge
I'm the,
edge
I'm
of
the edge of
77.
Edge of
17.
70. Sequel idea.
Yeah. Imagine if they do that and they just like 50 years time they get Haley Steinfeld back.
Edge of
There's nothing
77.
else from now until then.
It's
It's
no,
just
it's her and
Randy.
Owen. Owen has just passed away and it's her moving on. You know what I mean? It's her grieving.
And
It's
then
the Edge of 70.
what's his face from fucking Spider-Verse rocks up.
oh, stop
Jimmy
it.
Core.
Stop it. He's a
Oh, that guy.
weirdo.
He's so creepy.
Didn't he do something with the girl from Spider-Man Homecoming as well?
Yes,
Came out.
she
Yeah,
came
what
yeah
was
she
that?
came out and said you're a
He's a
fucking
creep and a
you're a
weirdo.
fucking weirdo. Yeah, don't do
Yeah,
this.
I thought
He
it
was
was like
engaged.
oh,
Posted a video of them together. I didn't.
yeah, like
What was
It was
the
literally
video?
them posing for
Videos
like
and-
paparazzi, and then he's like took the video, edited it, put sound on it, and she's like, "I've asked you to take this down. You haven't took it down."
It's like
because I thought the whole Haley Steinfeld thing was a joke.
someone commented, "Oh, finally bagged like a Spider Girl or something like that,"
Hmm.
Yeah,
and he literally replied, "Oh, might happen," and then she was like, "Bro, I'm engaged. Take this down, please."
Oh, that's so
Oh my
gross.
God.
do you reckon the last Into the Spider-Verse film could get cancelled because he's such a weirdo?
I won't get cancelled.
I think it'll
No.
It'd get delayed heavily for sure.
But if he's like,
Made
you
it
know,
heavy
he
for
really needs to face
He's
repercussions.
about
He's
18
really.
times.
You both
Because
spoke over each other.
Oh, sorry. What did you say?
I said I think it's delayed because of the Writers Guild strike,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Yeah, and
actors strike, and also they just need to rewrite it a whole bunch.
No, they for
apparently
uh,
Sony are really
across the
taking their
Spider-Verse,
time.
they crunched really hard to get for the animation as well.
Mm.
And then they said the next one was coming out next year, and they're like, "Oh, we haven't even started it." You're like, "Oh, that's just
That's not happening.
Yeah.
I'd be so sad if it gets cancelled because Across the Spider-Verse was genuinely one of my favorite films
Yeah.
of
I don't
all
think-
time.
I don't think it'll get cancelled.
die.
Yeah.
Or they'll recast him. They'll just recast him if that was really if he did something worse.
Yeah.
Sony need this film to just release to make up the shortfall for
Yeah.
Craven, Madam Web.
Was Craven any good?
no, apparently not."
Cool.
Everything I've seen.
Right,
of it
That's
looks
all I need to
Really
know.
wants
Yeah,
No,
I've
no,
only
no.
heard bad things about it, and when I saw the trailer, I was like, "This looks shit."
I just realised the Edge of 17 is
Really?
basically Bumblebee is basically the Edge of 17, but with Transformers in it.
My God.
Haley plays like
I knew
sort
something was missing from the film.
of a scene.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
It's Bumblebee, man.
Will's
That's
one
all we
note:
know.
lack of Transformer. Yeah, lack of Autobot in this film.
Yeah, if we have to say anything, lack of Autobots and lack of Emily Blunt are two things that this film
Lack of Emily Blunt, yeah, for sure.
suffers in.
100%. Me and Thumb are gonna find a way to bring up Emily Blunt in every single.
In every
video.
and every one.
Watch a movie
Except
with-
we'll watch a film with her in it and we won't mention her at all. More of the fact that she's present.
Do you know what I realised? Do you know what I realised? I was watching last week's episode. Emily Blunt married to Jim from The Office.
John Krasinski.
The teacher in Klaus, played by Lauren. What's her name?
Rashida
Rashida
Jones.
Rashida Jones played Jim's girlfriend in The Office.
In the office, yeah.
So it's all got a link.
Link.
What's the
Really?
Office link in this film then?
That's crazy. You know what I mean?
There I don't think there's Woody Harrelson.
Is it that one scene when like Ricky Gervais plays Haley Steinfeld's character? Do you think is that the part that links to The Office?
Ricky Gervais.
Oh yeah. Okay. I was like,
Is that the part?
did I miss a scene?
Dude, Ricky Gervais is in this film.
Ricky Gervais? Yeah, did you
I'm trying to
miss
think
him?
if-
That
I'm
boy's got
trying to
the
think
wig
if there
on,
is
he's
a
playing
link.
the dude.
Haley Steinfeld.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe a writer or.
yeah, but it's ill because she worked with.
Oh, that's so true.
So it literally be
You're trying to connect Woody Harrelson and Emily Blunt.
no,
I'm
it's
trying
the
to connect
division
it
of
to
Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. Why was I connecting it to Kevin Bacon? I wanted.
Because the mum in the thing is married to Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, but I wanted.
Plain.
Yeah, so like,
Hold on. The mum in the thing is married to Kevin Bacon. The mum plays Captain
In
Wunsch.
watching, I was trying to think.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine was created by Michael Schur. So was The Office.
There we go. There's the link.
You know.
There's
I was
the
thinking that, and I was like, did Andy Samberg work with her? Did
It didn't even go by that route. Because his wife's not actually been in a movie with him.
oh, that's why.
dumb.
But it's still two
It's
anyway.
still too. I didn't want
Just not that way.
Kevin Bacon. I wanted You can change
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. Who were we talking about?
Emily
Emily Blunt.
Finish each other's
Is there
sentences.
an app for this?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know there was, is it? That's great.
Wait, what?
Haley Steinfeld was in Charlie's Angels with Patrick Stewart, who was in Romeo and Juliet with Emily Blunt.
Hold on.
Patrick, wait,
What
Charlie's
Charlie
Angels-
Angels film was Patrick and
The new one.
was it the
Amy? There's a new one?
the new one has Patrick Stewart in it?
Wait, does it have Haley Steinfeld in it?
Hang on, what? I
I
thought it
didn't
was
know there
like-
was a new one.
Yeah, the one with Kristen Stewart in it.
Yeah,
Uh,
19.
I didn't know it had any of
Yeah,
these.
Kristen Stewart, and then the girl that played Jasmine in the live action Aladdin, can't remember her name, and
The girl
someone
from
else.
Smile
The one who's in
I've not
Smile,
seen it
yeah.
Because it's too scary.
Where's
Didn't see it.
Oh, what is her name? It begins with an N, doesn't it? Her name?
Nadine, probably.
This is
Yeah.
I think it is like
Probably
Nadia
maybe.
or something. I can't remember.
No,
Maybe.
she was a recruit.
she was an
a,
extra?
She was an extra.
Haley Steinfeld was that extra in Charlie's Angels.
Wait,
When
are
did
we
this-
talking
when
the
did-
original
when
one?
did the
then?
new Charlie's Angels come out?
19.
19.
She would've
2019,
been an
yeah.
extra in
She would have
that.
been an extra.
Oh,
She's credited.
She
as
must have
being-
been a cameo then.
no,
Yeah,
an
sure.
extra.
No, she was a big
im-
name by
That's
2019.
impossible.
She might have just snuck on set.
Bumblebee came out
Yeah,
in
yeah,
2019. This
She
film
was
came out
she
in
was trying to get away from Shamik Moore from a recording
bullshit.
studio and snuck on set. And
Wow. That man's so damn creepy. Have you seen the clips when he's like constantly going like, "Oh, it wasn't hard to flirt with."
and
Gwen,"
Haley's like,
when she
ha
looks
ha
like
ha
Haley.
ha ha,
She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
Grim.
It's so
just
uncomfortable.
texting her fucking American football boyfriend, now
Mhm.
fiance, just like, get me out of here. Rugby
Did she
tackle him to the
post this
ground.
Cryptic thing, like it was straight after she announced her engagement or something. It was like, we'll find,
We'll get there.
And then people were like, "What's this about?" And he was like, "Oh, that's a pure coincidence. I didn't mean it," or something. And I was just, it's so strange.
On Lauren Hates Films, we do not condone.
No, we
Why
don't.
do you have
condone
to say
Shamik
this
Moore.
every week?
First up, what was
Because
the
we normally
first
bring
one?
some topic.
We don't condone.
It was drink driving.
Yeah, we don't condone drink
Drink
driving.
driving.
Second
don't-
one was we don't condone not watching the film that we're supposed to talk about. I don't know. I can't remember the last one.
There was
Was it we don't
something.
condone watching Red One? Or something?
Yeah,
Probably.
That might be. That might have to be.
we bashed it so many times in the last episode.
Bad. I have,
So,
and I regret everything.
that is very fair. That is very fair. So
Ranking.
the ranking.
Ranking.
If anyone's got
I-
anything else to talk about,
Don't
the
ask
ranking.
Will.
For me personally, I don't know. It's not holdovers, not above holdovers.
No,
I don't think it's above Klaus
Well,
for me.
no.
Let
That
me
doesn't
ask
mean
the
it was
question.
bad. I really enjoyed it.
Let me ask the question: is The Edge of 17 better than The Holiday?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
For
for
me, for me, it is. For me, it is. But
Will,
Will,
you know me? You're gonna
if
be
you
out.
guys it's not, then it's got to bring it. Is it not? It's not for you guys. I'm guessing.
I'd rather watch the
I
holiday.
didn't enjoy it.
Not now,
I mean, it
because
was-
not.
Fine.
Not now
It's been too
or
soon.
ever.
It's too close to the last
I would
time.
watch The Holiday tonight. I don't want to watch The Edge of 17 tonight.
That is very fair. That is
Um,
very fair. So,
alright.
but with 3 yeses, it does move up.
Three
into that
yes
first
is it?
part.
Yeah. It's
it
this is a
better?
democracy.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I was like, how are we gonna work this out? But yeah, I guess majority.
This is throwing a spanner in my works now.
Why?
No, because if I say that a film's better than Edge of 17 but not as good as Holiday,
Yeah,
this
that
is
is that the yeah.
This is
This,
Yeah.
like the 200th episode spectacular. We all make our own individual lists. We
that's
just
true. We
compare-
can do that when we
God,
get through all
yeah.
of them.
But it's
Yeah.
in here on Lauren Hates Films. We are a democracy.
Yeah.
We are a
So we
democracy.
have been outvoted this
I
time.
love
Luke.
democracy.
I was outvoted with Klaus last year, just last week, justice for Klaus. That's the hashtag
That's
going around.
true. That's
Pretty
true.
big
You were
on Twitter apparently on X, formerly known as Twitter.
okay.
Next question:
What?
is The Edge of 17 better than Klaus?
No, no.
No,
No.
no. I say
Yeah,
no as well.
Klaus
There
was
you go.
better, but I did.
There you go.
There you go.
But I did really enjoy it. I really enjoyed
I
it.
did. I did enjoy it.
Personally, I really enjoyed it. But Klaus and the whole thing was
Watched it. I had a chuckle. I appreciated some of the bits. I wouldn't put it on again unless like my sister asked if she wanted to watch it or something.
then you're like, yes, I would. Yes, I will.
Like she's like, oh, I'm putting this film on. Are you going to sit down here and watch it with me, or are you going to go upstairs and sit on your own? I'd sit and watch it with her.
That's
Is
nice.
this the sister named after the Barbie character?
What was their name? What was their name, Reese?
Genevieve?
Genevieve.
Is that it?
Oh damn. Well,
Barbie
yeah.
fan. And she's from 12 something.
Princesses.
You were so close.
There you go.
I'll give that to you.
So our list right now, as it is, the Holdovers. Then we move into Klaus, The Edge of 17, and then The Holiday. That's Lauren Hates films.
That's Lionhead's films, and we get to spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Lauren hates.
Spin the wheel! Transformers. I'm manifesting the shit out of it. It's happening.
Manifesting.
Manifesting the shit out of it not being Transformers.
It's gonna be Transformers.
Will
Okay.
you get on that and you change it? You change the energy in that room right now.
Where is it?
Are we ready? I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to be a Transformers because we got something that kind of side
Yeah,
for the
that's it.
first one.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
it's random. You know what I mean? It's been
It
like
is
three
random. It
places.
could be anything.
Do you,
Right.
do you re-put all of them in every time, or do you just leave them?
No, they kind of get taken out and removed, so they're on a separate list of the ones that we've watched.
No,
It's
no, I
gonna
mean
be a
like,
point where it's just Transformers and it just misses somehow every time. It's
I mean like between
right.
every episode, do you leave the tab open, or do you like make a new tab and add all of them in again? Copy and
It's the same. It's the same wheel. I don't remake it. It kind of
Okay.
just stays.
paste? Yeah, so it
um,
might not be transfer. It might not be
It
transfer.
could. Right. Are we ready?
go.
If
We
there are
are.
any spelling mistakes, no one saw them. I'm not going through it. I don't care. Right. Cool.
Are you sure? Or
Drum
do you
roll.
care a lot?
I do care. Right. Let's go.
I'm nervous. Where are we at?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh!
Okay.
I've never seen Pulp Fiction, and I've always
I've
wanted.
never seen.
I've not.
Pulp
Well,
Fiction,
I've
been
not
wanting
seen
to
Pulp-
for so
Okay.
long. I feel so bad. Like,
I saw
I'm not
Pulp
watching
Fiction
it.
in the cinema last year. I think it was like
when it came out.
no, when it came out.
Yeah.
it was my 30th birthday. There was no point in
Set
that
yourself
one.
up for that one. So.
Right. Pulp Fiction.
So
That's
again,
like a
have
classic.
none of you seen this film before?
I've not.
I will see it. Okay.
No, I've meant to
Yeah.
so many times.
I'm
and I
surprised
don't-
that you haven't
It's
seen
one
it,
of those-
Summer.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like I'm so bad at like I will see a film and I'm like, all right, I want to watch this, and then when this is why it's doing this is great. It's
Yeah.
like, then when I actually come to have the time to watch a film, I'm like, what was I gonna watch? What do I want to watch? And I'll
Yeah.
try writing it down, but every time I come back to that list, it's so disappointing because it's like I didn't want to watch that. I just saw it on Google one time.
Yeah,
and thought,
I-
"Oh,
th- that's the
No, you are
problem.
under contract to watch this.
Yeah,
film.
you have to
no,
do
I'm
it.
under contract."
That's the thing. When I'm like watching films, I want to watch things, but whenever I go to turn a film on, I will always go back to the 7 films that I've watched because I'm a like
Yeah.
I will.
habitual
always-
Star
rewatcher.
Wars 1 to 7.
Star-
I will always go back to Shrek
1 to
2.
7.
Officially available on Netflix.
Nice.
Nice.
No illegal activity.
Lovely.
Yeah, Emmy, you haven't been watching any of these illegally, have you?
I haven't been
We
watching.
don't
Online
own
hates films.
legality.
We do.
Watched any of them. I'm just here.
I'm just here for the vibe.
I have like none of the streaming things anymore. I've got to do it.
Oh,
That's been interesting.
Nice.
I've watched Tarantino films, but I've just never had a crack at
the only Tarantino
I really like
film
the one that I really wanted to watch. as
I've
well.
watched 2 Tarantinos. I've watched Kill Bill Volume 1
Wow.
for my dissertation.
Yeah.
And
Pumped
Once Upon a
Out,
Time
yeah.
in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I've
Oh,
watched
interesting.
Django. I love Django a lot. That's a really good film.
Yeah.
If that's not on the list, we need to get that on the list.
I don't think it's on the list.
He just said, "Who's that?" And showed me a picture of John Travolta. And I was like, "It's John Travolta." It's like, looks like.
Emmy,
Oh,
have you not watched Grease?
Yeah, but it doesn't look like him.
It doesn't, to be honest,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
yeah,
He looks completely different in Pulp Fiction than he did to Grease, so that makes sense.
Have you seen him? I think it was the Jonathan Ross show or something where Aaron Taylor Johnson and his wife was on there, and then it was like John Travolta finding out in real time that they're married, and he just goes.
I've never seen that. No.
Oh,
Have you seen Hairspray? Because he was one.
yeah, he was great.
Never seen Hairspray.
I again linked. I went to see Hairspray with my mum and a friend. I said I was going to the toilet, snuck out, went into Transformers 1 for 20 minutes. And my mum came in screaming at me.
No, in the screening. Oh no.
Yeah, yeah.
Reese, you can't. Reese, why are you sneaking into cinemas you haven't paid for?
Yeah.
You're just as
Well,
bad
I
as
think
That's why,
it's
Emmy.
like-
that's why he's got a Cineworld card.
My
Yeah.
mother paid for something, you know what I
He
mean? I
just
just wanted
watches
to go
20
watch
minutes of each
Transformers.
film that's playing that day, and it just bounces.
Well, we know
between
this
the
because
screens.
Reese hates every single musical that has ever been made. So what?
That is not true.
Will, what did you
I'ma
find?
get a scholarship to King's
But
College.
the Batman is on Netflix. And
Is it? I
So
didn't know that.
Nice.
You get a watch.
Pulp Fiction, for those people that don't have Netflix, is also on Now TV and also on Paramount Plus. So, Thummer, that's you sorted. Paramount Plus, biggest fan.
Oh, thank you. So
Only,
glad.
only
Let me
subscribe.
just go through my Prime subscription first to get to it, and I'll be right on that. You know.
It's funny.
It's also on the Sky Store for £3.49.
yeah.
Whoa, let's all buy it instead of
Let's-
streaming it.
No, because it's on Apple TV Plus for $1.99. Save your money.
Oh, save your money, get
There
Save
you
it
go.
£1.50.
Apple TV.
You know what I mean?
That
And it's
every-
also
ev-
4K on Apple TV, not on
We'll
Prime.
play movies and television for £2.50 for on the go watching.
Oh,
Oh.
wait, sorry, where?
Google
Google
Play
Play.
Oh,
Movies
okay.
and television.
You know that thing that
Fuck
everyone
that.
uses all the time.
I used to use the shit out of Google Play.
I used to
Movies.
use the Apple one and like I bought How to Train Your Dragon.
Cringe.
Obviously.
Not How to Train Your Dragon.
The only
Apple.
movie I ever downloaded when I had an iPod.
Oh my god, I can't.
The only movie I've ever bought off Prime Video that not rented was Transformers 1.
Did you like that film by any chance?
I do like that film, yeah.
You know what I had downloaded on my iPod.
You couldn't rent it anywhere, so I was just like, oh, I'll have to buy it then for free.
Sif downloaded. I remember having Star Wars Episode 3, but only Episode 3 for some reason.
It's the only one you need.
I had Spider-Man 3 on my iPod, and it was the one with the screen that's that big, and it was like that. That's why I can quote that film so well, because it's the only thing I had. The only.
I
film.
had Adam Sandler's Grown Ups. That's what I had on my iPod.
Oh, God.
That's
Oh, no.
embarrassing.
You had an
I just
iPod?
like body
I think
Yeah,
yeah, in his 40s.
I was there day one for the very first iPod.
You were there for the first one.
You had a
It was my
gramophone.
Gramophone.
Carry around his gramophone to the skate park. Like Chopin or something to the.
Chopin.
I think I've angered him. I'm sorry.
Will attacked his favourite movie. Oh, we love you really.
I like Tetris 17.
This is
I
the
like
final
it.
episode.
I'm not even able to like it because the whole film was Will complaining.
I did not say a word
What?
during the film.
I
Boring end.
I'm quite,
way through movies.
I'm quite excited for Pulp Fiction because it is very different from everything we've watched so far.
Yeah, it's the most like.
We've had a good mixed bag so far.
That's
Just
what,
think
that's
though,
what
I mean,
that's what
I know we're so hyped for Transformers, but I started seeing that wheel go around and Lord of the Rings. When that hits, we are gonna. Oh,
I still feel like we save it for a special occasion sometimes.
I think we have to watch it together as well.
We have to watch all.
Oh, that would
I
be.
think we've all seen it enough times,
Yeah.
twice, that we could just sit and just talk. And
So you're saying not do 3 episodes, do one big episode of all 3 of them?
Watch it together stream. It's only 12 hours.
I
Summer,
feel
we
like
could
they
do it for our
deserve
joint
their own-
birthday.
Then we have to wait.
Oh, we could do it for our joint birthday. That's only like.
Oh right, your
Yeah, a
birthday.
bit
I
month away.
thought you meant the channel's birthday.
Oh God, no.
That's that could.
If we have any, I don't know if we want to meet up like that. Be our next.
Could meet up and do it in real life.
Yeah, that's what we said because we were talking about doing something for our birthdays this year and meet up so we
Yeah.
could do a Lord of the Rings watch through.
Oh my
That
god,
would be.
We couldn't do an in-person Lauren Hates Films, could we?
could
we make that work?
you could just film it.
I
was
have
thinking, like,
I have a
let's do
camera,
it.
I have a tripod.
We'd need microphones as well.
I
We'd
have a
need
camera
more.
at
I
home,
have a
but
mic, but I have
I've got a
not.
little mic. I've got it says pack of 2, so
Yeah, you
Okay.
have a like podcasty mic.
I've got a Yeti.
I have a mic.
where would we do it though? We're gonna need to rent like a hotel.
We're
Rent a hotel.
Let me sell Norfolk to everyone.
we're gonna we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it at fucking Loomis. We're gonna go to the cinema room and just be like, sorry, we need this for like
Mr.
9
Wilson will be
hours.
like,
Yeah.
sorry, can you take off your shoes? Take off your shoes."
I think we're okay to do. Are we okay to do the cinema versions, or do you want to do extended?
Extended. Oh, come on.
I'm
No.
not. I've watched the extended versions because I can't get hold of them.
Then it has to be
Um,
the extended version.
I mean, if you want, I have 4K version there.
That would be
You
good.
have
I don't have a
uh,
DVD player.
a Blu-ray version right there. You don't? Okay,
So
you're out. I'm sorry. I don't have extended DVDs.
I also found them in. I found all of them in a charity shop and didn't buy them.
Yeah.
That's a mistake.
Just,
I'm sure they were on a streaming service of some kind. The
They were.
extended version.
Watched them. Oh yeah,
Also, a Christmas present from.
you.
Very
Oh, lovely.
nice.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very
I
nice.
just
Lovely jubbly.
haven't started it yet, but it's a very nice copy.
Mm.
Ooh,
Okay, we have 3 minutes left on this call.
Okay, that was the end of
Right.
Blind Hates
That
Films.
was the first film.
Just like the ones we love, big songs.